They did it. Just barely. In a nail-biting 217 to 215 vote, House Republicans have just unlocked a powerful legislative weapon that could reshape America's future. And trust me, the stakes couldn't be higher. We're talking about border security, a defense spending surge, and tax cuts worth trillions. But that's not all. This vote lets them bypass a Democratic filibuster in the Senate. That means Democrats can't stop them. At least, not yet. So, what does this mean for you? Well, it gets crazier. This wasn't some easy, routine vote. House Speaker Mike Johnson and his team spent weeks scrambling to hold their party together. Fiscal hawks wanted brutal spending cuts. More moderate Republicans were terrified about slashing Medicaid. It came down to the wire. And in the end, just one Republican refused to fall in line, Representative Thomas Massie. The reason this is happening, Massie says the bill actually makes the deficit worse, not better. His exact words, "If this passes, the deficit gets worse, not better." But listen to this. Elon Musk himself jumped in, replying, "That sounds bad." Now, when the world's richest man is raising eyebrows, you know this isn't just another political stunt. Okay, so what's actually inside this trillion-dollar juggernaut? The bill includes a massive $4.5 trillion in tax cuts, a significant increase in border security funding, and a military spending surge that defense hawks are celebrating. Oh, and the debt ceiling? It's getting raised by $4 trillion. And here's where it gets even wilder. This plan revives Trump's 2017 tax cuts, which were set to expire this year. But that's not all. Trump's campaign promises are all over this bill, including no taxes on tips, overtime, or Social Security. Sounds good, right? Well, it gets worse. To make this plan work, Republicans had to cut spending somewhere, and Democrats are furious. The House plan includes a staggering $2 trillion in spending cuts. But the exact details? Still up in the air. That's right, they voted on it without knowing exactly where the cuts will land. The House Energy and Commerce Committee has been tasked with finding $880 billion in savings. And you know what that means? Medicare and Medicaid are on the chopping block. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries didn't hold back. He warned that this plan could lead to the largest Medicaid cut in U.S. history. Millions of low-income families, the elderly and disabled Americans, could feel the impact. But listen to this. Republican leaders are brushing it off, saying they'll figure it out later. That's not exactly reassuring, is it? The Senate is already moving their own version of the plan. And here's where things get messy. Both chambers need to pass the exact same bill, or the entire plan falls apart. So, will Senate Republicans hold the line? Will Democrats find a way to block it? Or will this be the moment Trump's America First agenda comes roaring back? We're about to find out. What do you think? Are these tax cuts and border security measures worth the spending cuts? Or is this a financial disaster waiting to happen? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for the real story behind Washington's biggest moves. Stay tuned, because this fight is just getting started.